performance called the Enchanted Forest. We have and as you can tell, we have worked very hard to put together a cute performance for you. Remember, some of our performers are going to be a little bit nervous, so we allow them to have note cards. We do allow them to be able to ask for help if possible. Our story is set up in such a way that you'll recognize these characters. Some of them might be a little bit on the quiet side, but we do hope that you kind of get the gist of the story. We put it into the program when you picked it up, and of course a lot of you have had the scripts in your hands this week too. We've had a lot of fun this week. We've done theater games with students. We've been working on line memorizing. We've been working through how to come on, come off, and have proper manners backstage. So for a lot of us, I think we saw some really cool things that happened this week, and I think it's really cool to see elementary kids really starting to show what they are very skilled in, and even if it's just getting up and saying a few lines, that's awesome, you know, to get to that point. So we're very proud of what we've been able to accomplish this week with our theater camp. We're running a July one in the third week, I believe it is. We do have registration forms. It is the same theme, different play, different games, different activities, but similar theme. But we had a lot of fun this week, and I think we bonded really fast in just a few short days, which is incredible. Hope you enjoy our performance. We will be recording this, and we will be sending an email or some sort of link on the cloud so that you'll be able to find it. But you're also welcome to record and take pictures, as long as they don't distract our performers, of course, because they have a lot to focus on while they're on stage too. So thank you so much for coming, and enjoy the performance of the Enchanted Forest.
Most people know stories about the characters in fairy tales. Some people even hope to live in those tales. All of these tales teach a lesson, but what we understand about that lesson can sometimes differ. That's where I come in. I will be reacquainting you with our well-known, infamous, and new dwellers in our Enchanted Forest. See? Pretty cool place. Lots of light, lots of nature, lots of peace and tranquility. A nice place to take a nap. Well, it's sometimes peaceful. We begin our story here, where we are about to encounter the key conflict in a story about magic, mystery, and the ability to be who we want to become. Let's watch.
These terrible children keep stomping over my garden, ruining my vegetables and herbs.
Perhaps you should place a sign there telling people not to trample over your garden.
Why must you always be Miss Know-It-All? I have my ways of doing things, and you should mind your business. You were always telling me what to do, even when we were kids.
I'm the older sister. What do you expect? I make the rules.
I'm the younger sister. The rules don't apply to me.
Now if someone tramples over your garden, you can go to the king and queen and they can punish the culprit.
Or I can just place a spell on them myself. What do I need a king or a queen for?
Oh, Jessa, I see why people call you my evil sister. You always seek out the worst things imaginable in a situation.
Monica, your sweetness is giving me a cavity, and it'll make you a fool someday. The world is full of people who take advantage of others.
Oh, Jessa, you're such a calamity Jane. That's what I should call you. Calamity Jessa. Oh, hello, Liza Vowell. What's new?
There is a mystery fort in the forest, which is the king and queen are looking for new adventures of the court. People who are looking for treasure and walking with the royal guard for protection and safety. They want people who are well trained in navigating the enchanted forest, but who are also friendly enough to mix with royal parties. So, people are exploring the royal forest in search of princesses that have been scanned by the king and queen. Once they find a crooks, there will be a riddle. Will lead them to the next, and eventually they will take them to the treasure that the king and queen had hidden against the berries of the forest.
Great! Now my garden is certainly going to be ruined by the masses of people people running through the forest. I better put a spell on it now. Anyone who steps foot in my garden will turn into a hippo on the spot.
Here, let's plant some flowers to distract the people. Who wants to grow some vegetables? Anyways. Everyone loves the flowers of the forest.
In another part of the forest, another set of siblings, Hansel and Gretel, were seeking out cruxes scattered throughout the woods.
Oh shucks, Gretel, we've been searching the woods for hours, and I'm growing hungry. Why did we rush into this without packing lunch or snacks?
The excitement of this challenge got me thinking that if we were the first ones to find the clues, we would be on our way to a better life. Free and easy, members of the royal family. And the first ones are always the easiest to find. Hey, did you say you were hungry? I just happened to be on my way to my grandmother's house. I have a loaf of bread and a bit of cheese. Would you like some?
Of course, I love cheese.
No, we aren't supposed to take food from strangers. Stranger? Who are you calling a stranger? We're in school together. Miss Muffin's class. We sit 2 tables across from each other. And your brother's always talking when the teacher is explaining our assignments. I'm sorry, it must have been that red cape you are wearing. I didn't recognize you. Is it new? Yes, my granny made it for me. It's my new favorite.
More about that food. Do you still have that along?
You seem kind of smart. We're at a good place to eat to hide across. I'm thinking. Okay. Oh, bitch! Okay. So nothing about the great green beanstalk in the corner of the forest, but nothing was removing for trouble. Excuse me, we're having a conversation here. Who do you think you are exactly? Willie, do you remember anyone? Do you talk to anyone? It's that Strap. He sits in the corner. He's absent long because he has to help his mom. On the farm. Okay, so I may be a bit more worried about my schoolwork more than socializing, but seriously, how do you know everyone's life story in class? My mom's a collector. She collects old books and old furniture, and then she remakes them new to sell again. And she knows a lot of people, which is why I'll be a great detective for the royal family. And I'm not afraid to stick my nose into someone else's business. Where have you been looking for the crux then? I looked in the fairy bush on the far side of the forest. I also looked through the rock pile with 2 tall boulders, and I also went by the willow tree with its branches sweeping into the creek. We were about to head to the cave or the bridge. Both of us are headed toward the big oak tree. Let me join you with more of us we can get through this forest quicker. More brain power! Well, I prefer to travel light and work things out on my own.
Haha, you're joking, right? You literally track me everywhere just so you have someone to boss and scold around. I said we need to travel with others, so I don't leave you in the forest to starve.
Fine.
So the 4 schoolmates decided that working as a team is better than going it alone. So they headed off to another part of the Enchanted Forest in search for a hidden crux. Meanwhile, in a cave on that side of the forest, a creature was emerging.
This crux under my head. What terrible this crux under my head made it quite difficult to find the compass path.
It's a busy day in the forest. There's all these people running around, flipping rocks over, and sticking their noses in places they don't belong.
Why on earth would they be searching for trouble in the Enchanted Forest? Don't they know magical creatures are cranky when you interrupt our sleep?
And without enough sleep, we make poor decisions. We might wreck a house.
Or steal a princess?
Or eat your grandma.
Well, not my grandma. She lives in Sweden.
It's that dreadful royal family, always making games out of everything.
Perhaps you just need to really connect to someone who understands, find another character to share your life with.
Great advice. I wonder if you'd be able to put up with me since I'm always getting into trouble.
Maybe they'll inspire you to become something better than that.
I could finally run that little farm of sheep.
Sure. Good luck.
It's always fun to have a dream to pursue, and this story is no different. Well, Wolf headed out to meet new creatures in the forest and hoping to find the perfect one who would understand, connect, and change him. No pressure here. The garden of the castle saw two princesses complaining about the life they were destined to live.
Mom and Dad think they're so clever, sending the kingdom on a wild goose chase.
I know, and Tails like us, stay home and out of their way. We need to give them a chance to win.
Boring, please. Nothing to do but act proper and smile away.
What if we played along at the competition? We probably wouldn't win anyway. We don't know where the knights put the boxes.
Mom and Dad are so worried about us getting kidnapped, and there'll be no one to run the kingdom when they are gone. What a terrible sense of responsibility. I just want more options.
What if we played along? We probably wouldn't find them anyway. Quick, we don't want anyone to suspect that we are missing.
Now all of our parties will intersect shortly, but a final location in the forest is the most significant one. Grandmother Oak, the oldest tree in the Enchanted Forest, offers wisdom and amusement to travelers who find her. She's seen the forest grow and change, experienced life and death to the creatures around her. Her advice has helped knights and witches and the tiniest creatures like fauns and fairies and gnomes. Right now, she is listening to the stories of creatures gathered around her.
I don't understand why fog such has a terrible reputation. I don't actually give awards. I stay clean all the time, and the color green is always the style. Besides, I'm quite well traveled. I've seen every crevice of the swamp in the forest. If only someone would give me a chance to live among the royalty, they'd see my manners are glorious.
With time and patience, you'll meet the most fitting creature for you. If you can see past their flaws and your own, you'll connect with someone who does the same.
A life of adventures, all I speak. None of this searching in the forest for crooks is good to make the royal family happy with. This adventure should come naturally and encourage us to find something new and exciting each day.
Your view of the world fits you for now, but it might not work for others. Beware that confidence can lead to arrogance. Be open to sitting still because there is much to learn.
Grandmother, you're like a fortune cookie with wisdom to uncover with every breath. Now I shall creep into the forest to spy on the revelers for the royal family. Perhaps I'll find a hex myself.
Ha ha ha. Some creatures are born restless, and Puss in Boots is one of those. The creatures in the forest are allowed to be good, Mother. How long will it take them to find those silly crooks? Ages. I found them already. There's only 3 of them. Well done, Ivy. I think if you want the noise to leave the forest sooner, you should give the humans a little help. Yep, that's the thing. I'll see you soon, Jennifer. too far, Sandhill is fine. Anyone can find this out. And probably does. It's a better place than way out with someone coming or going.
Or a great place to meet someone new.
Hello, is anyone here?
Well, it appears that we have royalty among us. We don't see the likes of you two often in the forest.
Oh, my, you talk. I beg your pardon. You must be quite wise, especially if you know how to communicate with the forest creatures and beings alike. I tend to forget that there's a whole wide world of magic and mysticism behind the walls of the castle.
You may ask me anything you want to know, Princess.
Well, my sister and I are so sheltered in the castle. Can you share the key to our happiness?
Dreams.
Wow, you answered that so quickly. Have you been asked that question before?
Probably 500 times a year.
Oh wow, that's way higher than I thought you'd say.
It makes sense. What you dream in sleep or daylight is what you long for. Chasing those dreams leads you toward happiness, or sometimes sadness. But having dreams at all leads you on the path toward fulfillment, even if it might be temporary.
Hey, it sounds like you spent a lot of time out here. Have you been any places?
Believe it or not, I'm royalty just like you. A witch turned me into this while I was wandering the forest for a quiet spot to read.
Oh my, what a spot to be reading.
But this spot by the creek is the prettiest in all the forest. Come see.
What a lovely friendship is blooming because the princesses took a risk and went beyond the walls of the castle. Speaking of friends, another set of friends are coming across a cave at the edge of the forest. Come see.
You guys, are we headed in the right direction? I swear we've been here before. I know this place at the back of my head, Beto, and this is where the dragon lives. He's mostly nice if you feed him candy.
Ooh, I love candy.
I bet we're a few magic queens. Oh, what did you know it? I have a bag of candy in my basket next to the bed.
I'm on the quiz castle. Now leave my cave alone. Please!
Now leave my cave alone.
Please!
And just a small candy, that's all it took? Dragon don't. That's bad. Ooh, it's a lot heavier than it looks. Wisdom is often found in books, but instruction is harder than it looks. Instead, listen to a book and then you find a tender book. What does that mean? A library? A person named Brooke? Is there another person in class I don't know about named Brooke? Grandmother Oak is really wise. She is the wisest creature I know in the forest. But she's up there with the wise old owl. Perhaps she would know.
Goes it all. In the corner of a field of lilies, not far from the dragon's cave, Wolf was dreaming to himself about his farm full of sheep.
Sheep, green pastures.
Gotcha. You are a beautiful butterfly. I shall place you on my hat and make you my pet until you fly again. But till then, I will be the handsomest cat in the land.
Wow, whoa, who are you?
I am the cleverest cat in the kingdom. I'll seek out adventure, or should I say, it finds me.
You sound a lot like me. Are you a friend or a villain?
Perhaps a bit of both.
You're my kind of creature. Have you ever tried herding sheep before? It's a bit like herding cats.
I'm always up for a new adventure, but sheep is something I'm entirely unfamiliar with.
Sheep sales, wool, all that. It's very popular. Need to take that to market. What do you say, partner?
I'm in.
We return to Grandmother Oak, who is also visited by wise old Owl, and a set of classmates filled with questions for Grandmother and Owl.
How old are you? Do you have a first memory?
I'm as old as the kingdom, and even older. My first memory, a robin carrying a daisy to my branch.
Owl, what's the fastest way through the forest? I mean, I know the safest way, but what's the fastest way, Owl?
The fastest way through is by horse. Have you ever thought about riding a horse?
You're an ornament. I can't be simply grow a lollipop tree. There must be a way to magic a tree made of lollipops.
Naturally, you would plant a lollipop tree in the ground with a magic bean, and you would grow a lollipop tree, or a bush, or nothing at all. But you won't know till you try.
What is the smartest creature in the forest?
The smartest, certainly not me. I'm the smartest creature in the forest. The one who chooses to lead the forest is far distant and confusing to ever create someone claiming to be the smartest creature in the forest.
You guys, enough with these lame questions. We need to ask the correct one to see if we are on the right path to find the next crux. Grandmother Oak, can you help us decipher this?
Please share the riddle with me.
Wisdom is often found in books, but searching there is harder than it looks. Instead, listen to our book, and you will find a babbling crook.
There's a well down the way. The well is connected to the creek is connected to the brook.
Would you believe me if I told you that I know where the final one is? I knew where all of them were first, but because I'm a creature of the forest, I can't play like you do with these games, but I really enjoy them. Sometimes I wish I was a human, but then I like my fairy nature. I'm Ivy, by the way.
The four classmates followed the fairy through the paths of the woods, Ivy talking the whole way about the forest and the magical creatures that she's befriended along the way. Remarkably, the original figures of the forest, the two sister witches, are our last stop for the final crux.
trespassing.
Properly lost. Way above my schooling. I was a simple boy living on the farm. Little Red, you're such a smarty in class. Quit showing it off. So, where's the last crux? I don't see it here.
There.
Huh? Like under our feet?
Well, in the garden where the vegetables grow. Get it? Commitment to the land. So kids commit. Dig in.
Children, we don't see you here often, and so many of you here. I have puppies and children. Oh dears, this is my sister's pride and joy. She grows all her magic beans and herbs in here. Without her garden, she lacks any power. And boy, it takes a long time for it to grow.
Your sister poses the greatest threat to all the kingdoms of heaven. Whomever has the wit, power, and ambition to take her on is worthy enough to be a royal investigator of the kingdom. Will you agree?
Yes, there's truth in that. She's out picking wildflowers, and she'll be back by the end of dusk. If you find that crux, take it and never return.
But as the children continued to dig, their hands came up empty. The crux was not to be found. As the witch of evil departed from the field, she came along that annoying crux, tripping on it on her way out the gate.
Ow! Ouch! Is this a pathetic crux in my garden? What a terrible joke. Monica, I'm headed out to the field to take the trash to the dump.
The classmates came up empty-handed on their adventure. However, every creature and human in this story learned that the real reward is adventure. The journey is so much more valuable than to the final goal, because without those people around us to encourage us, challenge us, or simply get us started, we wouldn't have any new experiences to challenge us. And that is why the Enchanted Forest is named such. The journeys on the paths enchant every wanderer once upon a time.
Come and sit in the front. So Beta onto the